Welcome to Bingo Bongo Podcast. Fuck.
Episode 9.
Yes.
Episode 9. Is this 9?
Yes.
Whoa, bro.
I'm Bingo.
I'm Bongo. That's crazy. 9 episodes. We did it.
9 episodes. Doesn't feel like that many.
Yeah, we can light our cigars now.
Feels like we've done more. We've done a lot of work.
We can light our cigars, jerk off, and call it a day. While lighting a cigar. Doing all of that. 3 hands, lighting the cigar like this. And the third hand. No,
Oh, fuck!
you just drop the cigar on
Yeah.
your dick. That's so funny.
Yeah, so we're back at it again. We got producer Lily over there
Classic.
on the bed. She's going to do a brief segment later. Spoiler alert.
Uh-oh.
So let's get right into it,
Let's
Jonathan.
jump right into it.
Jonathan, how have you been?
I've been good. Someone's been borderline threatening me
Yeah.
in the comment section.
Yeah, I know. I read the comments.
And I'll talk about that.
We're sorry.
We are sorry.
We're sorry.
There is a person, I will not give their information out. They've been saying essentially, well, if you go to the episode comments, they're there. They're like,
They'll
you
be
need
in
to watch
this one,
about
too.
you need to watch about you need to talk about Paddington.
Paddington Bear.
The Paddington movies, all 3 of them. I've never seen
There's
the
3?
third one. Yeah, the Brazil one.
I saw the first one.
The first one and second one are pretty good movies. I've never seen the third one. He's like, he goes to Peru or some shit.
He was from Peru.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
He was from Peru.
So yeah, Paddington 1 and 2. We're gonna talk about that because because this person wants us to talk about it. Also, they want us to talk about other things. I'm not gonna talk about the other things because that's kind of weird. We want to talk about raccoons.
Raccoon killing?
Yeah.
What is there to say about raccoon killing?
Like running over raccoons.
Don't do it.
Yeah, it's not cool.
We don't kill animals.
I love
on
raccoons.
This podcast.
I love raccoons.
Oh, hello, by the way, to the nightstand cam. Is that? Did I wait a second? Did I not do this right? I literally, it's just hanging here. It's not even plugged in. There we go. Hello, nightstand cam.
Check the frame now.
Say hi, Lily. Oh yeah, I gotta check the framing. I fucked it up. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Bye, nightstand cam.
But yeah, Paddington 1. I actually quite like Paddington 1. People say Paddington 2 is like a masterpiece, like fantastic film. I think 1 and 2 are pretty similar in quality. I think I liked the first one more the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
They're both quite fun. They're both silly. But the first one just had like cute little story moments that are like, I know what you're gonna do. Yeah, so I don't look at it. Yeah. Because my ADHD brain goes, ooh, because it's moving a lot. Anyways, Paddington 1, I like it. Quite a bit. There's good story beats that they've hit.
I also like Paddington 1.
Yeah, I mean, it was cute. I liked it. Paddington 2, just as cute. Liked it a lot. I like how lighthearted they are. That's it.
Peter.
Cottontail?
No.
Piper?
No, who's the guy, the old guy who plays Doctor Who? Fuck, I can't remember his name. Fuck.
He plays Doctor Who?
Yes. God damn it, I can't believe I don't remember his name. You got Christopher Eccleston, you got David Tennant, you got Matt Smith, you got Jodie Whittaker. How do I not remember his name?
Pete Willoughby?
No, god damn it. Type 12th Doctor into the internet. And then tell me the name of the actor.
Peter Capaldi.
Ah, Peter Capaldi, obvious.
You left us in suspense
Oh,
there.
man. Yeah, Peter Capaldi.
Of course, Capaldi.
Anyways, Peter Capaldi is in Paddington 1.
Oh, okay.
I guess he's fine in the movie. I watched it probably when it came out like 8 years ago or whatever.
I probably watched it like 4 or 5 years ago.
So I don't have anything to say about it. It was a children's movie.
Yeah, it was good.
And it was not a bad children's movie.
Yeah.
I liked the bear animation was pretty good, I guess.
Yeah.
So cuss words. Don't
say
cuss words.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't come at us.
Yeah.
Also, what was I gonna say? The director of the Paddington movies, he made the new Willy Wonka movie with Timothée Chalamet.
Was it any good?
I didn't like that at all.
I don't think we needed another fucking Willy Wonka remake.
Yeah, it was so dumb. And he was like, what does he go? He's like, so listen up and quiet down. Oh, scratch that. Reverse it. Like, he does this fucking bullshit, like, dialogue.
Listen down and quiet up.
And he's like, oh, scratch that. Reverse it. Like, that's in the trailers. And
It
it's
sounds
even
like a dumb, not very funny joke.
it's even worse in the movies.
Yeah.
It's just don't put the fucking what are you doing? Don't break my don't break this.
Not breaking anything.
No, but you can cause strain on it. Don't do that, please.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, it can cause strain and they'll start like bending until.
Oh, you know what? I'll apply the pressure evenly so it doesn't
Don't
break.
please don't, man.
No, it's even now, so it won't break.
I'm not gonna continue this podcast while we do this.
Keep the socks.
Reese's socks.
John got me these socks for spring break
Reese's Pieces.
or Easter or whatever.
Racist Pieces. Yeah,
Racist pieces.
not racist pieces. Anyway, so we got the Paddington shit out of the way. Finally, Jesus Christ,
We're free.
we're free
We're
from
free.
the curse.
Let's go. We're good.
Little does he know, I'm glued to my chair because he fucking glued me to the chair. So I'm stuck here. And now the dog's barking. You glued me to the chair, remember?
Oh, my bad. I forgot about the glue.
You glued me to the chair.
So out on the stairs, Rain just like ran ahead of the dogs and laid down on the stairs to like I guess block them or
That's
whatever.
pretty dope.
And then Max and Cooper just jumped right over him.
Damn.
He just jumped right over him, and Rain just stayed where it was. It's so funny.
That is funny. Speaking of Capone, Al Capone, didn't he get syphilis?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to do Al Capone talk. I just did that the other day.
Oh.
Who were you there when we did the Al Capone talk with Chance? Yeah. We went to lunch with Chance a few weeks ago, and we were talking about Al Capone. You remember at the Asian restaurant? Do you remember that? Yeah.
What was the other thing we were supposed to talk about? I already forgot.
I don't know.
I forgot.
Doesn't fucking matter.
I think we can move along to our bit of the recommendation discussions. I think we've dicked around enough. Do you think so? Or do you think we should dick around a little bit more?
Hey, John, what have you been watching lately?
That's what I forgot. I forgot.
I thought that was obvious.
No, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
What have I seen? Oh boy, I watched a movie yesterday in theaters. I watched it late at night. I went to see it at 10 o'clock at night. Didn't get out of the theaters until 12. It was called Sorry Baby. Written, directed, and starred by the same person. I think her name is Eva Victor. I believe this is her first directorial debut of a feature film. It was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. I didn't like the beginning at first. I thought it was like kind of silly, but kind of going nowhere. I was like, "What's the point?" And then the point happened. The plot happened.
Harry Nelson.
Yeah. And then it just became devastating. I cried a few times. Or at least got teary-eyed a few times. It's about healing. It's about catharsis of trauma, and it was beautiful. It was heart-wrenching. But the character in the film was so fun to watch. Like, I cared about the main character so much in the film. I think that's the point of it, is that you care about the main character. And I'm trying to purposely be vague. But yeah, I loved Sorry Baby. Sorry, baby. Yeah, the cat in the movie is like the same exact cat that my cat that's mine. That my cat is.
Yeah, they got Rain for
They
the
got
movie?
Rain,
It's
but they got
crazy.
Baby Rain. It was. I cried when I saw him.
Baby Rain.
And the point of the cat also means something. There's so many meaningful moments in the film. I highly recommend going see Sorry Baby. One of my favorites of the year, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah. Other than that, what have I been listening to? I haven't really been listening to much. Jesse Ware's The What's Your Pleasure album. Listen to that.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite albums, though. So I'm kind of just re-listening to that.
Okay.
That's it. What are you reaching for?
So last Thursday, Lily and I got lunch with our friend Chance at Buffalo Wild Wings. By the way, Thursday is already buy one going free with the boneless wings, so that's crazy. And then
Sponsored by
on
Buffalo
top of that, you have the $10 appetizers, endless appetizers. Yes, it's crazy. You just get like all the appetizers in the world for $10. It was insane. Our final bill was like $11 per person total at the end because we split it 3 ways, and we all ate so much food. It was magnificent. So
That's crazy.
sponsored by Buffalo Wild
This
Wings.
isn't sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. They're not paying us.
And then after that, I went to the thrift store and I got this,
That's fucking cool.
which is really cool. This is basically a Discman or a portable CD player.
How's the audio on that?
It's fine. I haven't really listened to it too much, to be honest. I haven't really used it.
So if I put like a nice headphones in there into the audio jack, will it be noticeably good, or like will it just sound kind of old?
It wouldn't sound better than like your phone,
Okay.
but because CDs don't sound better than digital. Digital and CD are like the same quality.
Same.
It's like phone, like it's like records that are supposed to sound better.
Okay.
It wouldn't sound any better necessarily than like your phone. So it was cool. It was only $2 at one of our local thrift stores, which is crazy. This is not Sony. It's RCA brand, which is still pretty good. It works perfectly. I also got a 5-disc CD changer from a different record store on a different day, and that was really cool.
Dope.
At that same store, I got this CD by a band called Travis. I don't have anything to say about this. Travis, I always perceived them as being like a kind of a Radiohead copycat band, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I listened to some of it yesterday, and it was like fine. I'm not really listened to it that much, to be honest.
It was just $1.
Yeah, I was like, it was the only CD they had that was any good out of like 500 CDs or whatever, and it's also not that good. So the best CD they had wasn't that good.
It's the best value. Let's say that.
They had one other CD that looked like it was all right that I thought about getting for her, but also that CD wasn't very good. So
Yeah.
I just didn't.
We'll say. Recently, me and producer Carter, we went and saw a concert.
Yes,
And
Flip Turn.
We saw Flip Turn live, and what's really cool, it was really good. I like their music, but not as much as producer Carter.
Yeah.
What was funny is they were rocking with another band, and in that band,
Pete.
Joe, it's like
Joe P.
Joe P or something like that. And as he was like telling everybody, what are you doing?
Nothing. Keep going.
Okay. As they were like telling like, oh, this guy, like saying the band people's names.
Introducing the band
Yeah.
members.
They were like, oh, this is Tony. And Tony, he looked super, like, laid back, cool. He was on bass. But once he started talking, dude, this dude was dork status, bro.
Yeah.
He was like, hi, everybody. Like, just like,
Hello, everybody.
hey, everybody. It was just dork status. But it was like, it made him kind of cooler, I think.
Yeah, I think it made him cool.
Because it's just, he was kind of like being dorky. And I think that's pretty cool. Then instead of him being like, what's up? That'd be kind of like douchey, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that was
Hello,
funny.
everybody.
Everyone was kind of laughing at that, and it was just kind of a funny moment. I
Yeah.
just thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was really cool. I drove them there. I didn't watch the show though. So like it sounds like about as good as you would expect from your. Can I help you?
Yeah, help me out.
So you have to open it.
I did. It was open.
And then you go like that. Oh shit! You have a stupid ear. That's the issue.
Fuck you, bro.
So like it sounds about as good as it would sound from your phone, right? I think so. And then there's bass boost. Let's test that out.
Ooh, I would do bass boost.
And then I think there's even more bass boost. No wait, that's bass boost 1. This is bass boost 2.
I'm not into like multiple, like super bass boost. Like I think 1 would be perfect.
Yeah, 1 is good. So it's like, you know, it's kind of cool.
That's actually
right?
really dope. That
The
it has,
only
like,
issue,
manual
though,
bass boost.
is check this out. If I'm like walking around and stuff.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. So this isn't really like you can walk around with this so much. Like if you're running, people would like try and strap this to their belt and run with it. Yeah, this
They'll
doesn't
just
work
end.
at all. So
Yeah.
this is more like, you know, bring it with you when you go to college and you set it on your desk.
That, or it's more like people who just want to listen to CDs but like not have a big fucking setup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is like a super tiny little portable CD player. And
It's
it
like-
sounds great. I mean, really, it sounds great.
To be honest, it's like an iPod before iPods kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just kind of a little bit bigger.
It's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And also only has 80 minutes worth of songs on it.
Yeah, you have to have a whole
Yes.
CD collection.
Yeah, so pretty cool though. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. Oh, and we also show off my new headphones here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
My Audio Technica headphones. They're really cool. They're really great for like listening to music with somebody because this one is longer.
Yeah. This is supposed to be Radiohead ripoff.
That's what I always thought they were, but they're not.
It doesn't really sound like Radiohead.
This is like Radiohead if they were lame.
I guess.
I don't really think it sounds like Radiohead either.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think they were kind of trying to.
It just sounds
The-
generic.
Right, it does sound very generic. There are definitely a couple songs that sounded more like they were trying to sound like Radiohead, but they're just trying to sound like Radiohead's. Or my interpretation is they're trying to sound like Radiohead's pop songs, like No Surprises and fucking Fake Plastic Trees, and not so much they're actually good songs,
Yeah. Yeah, this is a fun little thing.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So just put that over there.
You know what's crazy?
What?
Spotify actually. One of my favorite bands, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
That's one of your favorite bands? Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
They took all of their stuff off Spotify.
Yeah.
Because Spotify paid like millions of dollars for like pro-war in like Israel
Wow.
or some shit.
That sounds...
Very politically moved in the wrong way for
You
Spotify.
should cancel your subscription.
I'm so tied to it. I don't know what to do.
You can just switch. You can switch all your playlists can transfer to a different, to like YouTube Music.
It's weird. It sucks. I might get a CD player
Yeah.
and just buy some CDs.
You know YouTube Music is compatible with YouTube Premium, so you will still have like no ads or anything.
Yeah, but some of my favorite albums, I might just get on CD and just pop a CD in. Do some old school physical media.
Not hard to get a CD player.
Yeah, it was like $2. Yeah.
I mean, you could get a pretty decent CD player for like $10. Put it somewhere in here, plug it into your speakers.
Oh shit! And my speakers, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean maybe we can go thrifting and do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be dope. CD player and then buy some good CDs.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Who the fuck are the Arctic Monkeys?
I know, right? Who are they? This is a 10-inch record that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Just like me. That
Fuck off.
I got with Lily and Gabby the other day from AFK Books and Records, which is my favorite record store.
Okay.
So there's some really good songs in here. This is smaller than your average record, of course.
It's an EP, right?
Yes, this is an
record?
EP.
Okay.
The 10-inch doesn't have to be an EP, but usually it is.
Mm-hmm.
I only have a few 10-inch records, like 3 10-inch records. So pretty cool. This song, No Buses, is really good. We both really like that one. I mean, I think Lily likes it. I know I like it. So that's a pretty cool one I got. I also got Bring It All Back Home. Bob Dylan. Yes.
Bobby.
Yes, Bob Dylan. This is a pretty good Bob Dylan record. I mean, every Bob Dylan record is pretty good.
What time? Like which
65?
65. So it's around what? I have no idea for Bob Dylan.
This is right around the time, like in the movie, this album had just come out, pretty much. So this was his second rock album or like electric album.
Oh, okay.
So you got like Maggie's Farm. I don't want to work on Maggie's Farm no more. Remember that one?
I don't know. All I remember is The Incomplete Unknown.
I ain't gonna work on Maggie's Farm no more.
Is this when everyone was pissed off at him because he was
Pretty much.
changing music?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So really great songs in here. I mean, Mr. Tambourine Man is really great.
yeah.
It's All Over Now, Baby Blue. I really love Maggie's Farm. Subterranean Homesick Blues. That one's really good. So lots of great songs in here. Really glad I got this, and it was only like $20 for like basically brand new.
That's pretty cool.
So that one's pretty sweet. We also got in here the other day. I got this on Sunday when I went to the beach with Lily and her mother. The Arcs. So this is the second album by the Arcs. It came out in 2023. The Arcs is Dan Arbach of the Black Keys, as well as several other people. I haven't even listened to this yet, actually. But it was like such a cheap price. It was $13 for the record.
Crazy.
Yeah, which is really crazy. Super good price. So very happy about that. You see that trick? The trick works every time, John. With the jeans. Anyways, I'm excited to listen to it. Is there a poster? Oh, there is a poster. Let's check
Hell
it
yeah,
out.
bro.
It's a pretty sweet poster, bro. Look at that.
Cool. Is that like all the lyrics and all that?
No, this is information on all of the songs.
Okay.
So no lyrics, I guess. Unless there's no lyric sheets. I mean, that's fine.
That's
This is
fine.
a pretty sweet poster though, and the artwork is great. I haven't listened to this actually. I've been waiting to just buy the record, so
Okay.
that's exciting too. I have both of the albums by the Arcs now, and one of the 10-inch EPs I own is actually an Arcs thing.
These are all. Oh yeah, you've shown me this. There's
Yeah.
a lot of records you got recently.
I know I've been spending all my money. Spiritualized, Sweet Heart, Sweet Light. This is from 2012. I have.
Aw.
Yes, I have one Spiritualized record that we've listened to several times. It's called Ladies and Gentlemen, We Were Floating in Space. Lily, you tell me that you've been listening to it lately.
Yes, I have.
Do you have any thoughts on that other album by the band?
I haven't listened to the other album by the band.
It's Ladies and Gentlemen.
Oh yeah, no, I've listened to Ladies and Gentlemen. I honestly love that album. I thought it's good to put on when I'm falling asleep. I like it.
Well, and then Cop Shoot Cop wakes you up.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta play it for my naps, I guess.
Yeah. So that's Spiritualized. And then one more. This is
It looks like a
another
big
exciting
one. Oh shit. Oh shit.
We should get Carter in here to talk about this one.
Is that Carter's?
No, it's mine.
You bought one?
Yeah,
Oh, dope.
at the same time as Carter. This is the Army of the Navy, that band that Carter really likes, that she turned me onto. Fruit for Flies and Sugar for Bugs. So I only listened to Sugar for Bugs. I'm going to listen to the other side later. This is 2 EPs in one. It's got a nice blue disc there, right? This album came out last year, I think. So yeah, Carter and I just got, we both got a copy of this record. So this one's pretty exciting as well. And then I think that's it except for Knock Knock. So I'll show that off later.
Dope. You got a lot of cool shit, Ashton.
Yeah, I'll show that off later.
What did I get recently? I haven't really bought a lot of movies recently.
Yeah. I mean,
I did the Criterion sale a couple of weeks ago, but
yeah.
yeah, that's all kind of ingrained in.
I had a lot to show off this week.
Yeah.
More than I usually do, certainly.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited. Maybe I want to start getting CDs.
you should do it, dude. I mean, CDs are cool. They're easier to do than records as well.
Yeah,
Like,
it's easier to, and it's also cheaper.
they're a lot cheaper. Records are more of a pain in the ass. CDs, like, they're easier to maintain too. So definitely for someone like you, it would be more your style, I think, to do CDs.
Yeah. And I don't want to plug in CD, kind of like a nice CD.
Yeah, you could just get like a CD player, a little.
Yeah.
I mean, any CD player will do. I'll help you find one.
Yeah, that'd be dope. So I think it's time to go to recommendations.
Okay.
I think I want to do the movie first. To be
Yeah,
honest,
let's do it. Let's go.
Even though you have the movie in your
Holding it
hand.
in my hand.
The movie I recommended last episode was No Country for Old Men. A few reasons. One was because Ashton and I had a discussion on American Psycho recently.
Yeah.
And his big criticism on American Psycho was like the true understanding and telling of a psycho, like a proper
Psychopath.
yeah, what a proper psychopath should look like, and the writing of that. And while I think American Psycho isn't trying to go for that, I do think No Country for Old Men is trying to go for that and trying to have a serious understanding of psychos. Also, another reason was because I really wanted to watch the 4K of it, like, really badly. Like that for the Criterion had their 50% off sale, and No Country for Old Men is like the hardest one to find for some reason. I think it's because it is very popular. So I really looked for it, and I found a copy at my local Barnes and Noble.
I was there.
Yeah, and so we snagged that, and we got it, and we were ready to go. So yeah, we watched it, and I've seen this film several times before. But this is like my 4th time watching it, maybe 3rd or 4th. This time though, I truly, I got the best experience. I had my humongous projector screen, my surround sound. Like, I think the first time I watched it was like on a TV or my phone. You know?
Yeah, I watched Django on my phone.
Yeah, same. Holy shit, me too. I watched it before a youth group.
Yeah.
I watched Django Unchained before my youth group, and I watched it on my phone. And the blood and all that shit. And I remember going and praying about Jesus after watching a guy get shot in the head and blood spewing out. And I was thinking, this is a weird contrast.
Yeah.
That's a funny thought. But yeah, back to No Country for Old Men. This film, where do I even begin with this film? Spectacular.
Yes.
I had the best experience of watching it this time around because of the 4K looked stunning. It looked the darks and the colors and there's a lot of dark scenes in this.
Yeah, but I mean
It looked gorgeous.
You know what? That's actually kind of funny. They do a lot with a little. With the dark scenes and the quiet scenes. They really do a lot with a little.
Yeah. For sure. This film is extremely quiet. I think there's not a single bit of music until the end.
Yes.
There's a lot of ambient noises.
Well, there's diegetic music.
I would say so. Like, yeah, and a lot of ambient noises, like brrr, or whatever.
I just mean, you know what diegetic means?
Yeah, like in world.
Right.
Ashton, what did you think about it?
I like this film a lot. The first time I watched this movie, several years ago, I was a little weedy, little bee bogle. I was probably 14, so like when I was watching back then, I was just like, damn. When I watch it now, I was like, huh.
Yeah. You were going a few times like, holy shit.
I mean, yeah. Because it's still a holy shit movie.
Yeah.
Like with the Hold Still.
Yeah, and it just
blows
his
man.
head off.
God
yeah.
damn, that's fucking crazy.
That, or when he like bursts through the door in the motel and just shoots the guy's arm off.
Yeah.
And then shoots him across the room. Like,
no, that's, dude.
It's intense.
You know, a movie like this that does really good, like really crazy, like gore and blood, but is also like has substance to it, that's a good movie. Because like everybody people like to watch violence on movies.
Yeah.
That's our caveman. We were talking about caveman earlier. That's our caveman, you know?
Yeah, that's a very interesting discussion. I don't find violence in itself to be interesting. I find the what the violence means to be interesting.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And so the substance of it all makes it interesting.
Yeah, he gets it.
But yeah, this film is, as Ashton said, this film does a lot with a little. This film is very quiet, extremely quiet majority of the film. And I think that does a great job building tension. Like, this film has a lot more to just show visually than to just say. Even though the writing is one of my favorite parts of the film, it's like the direction is superb, you know?
Yeah.
I just find that through every aspect of the filmmaking, the camera work from Roger Deakins, the directing from the Coens, the acting and the writing, I mean, all using the great script, the great novel from Cormac McCarthy that I own. Yeah. It's over there somewhere.
I'll get it.
We don't need to grab it.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, Cormac McCarthy's No Country for Old Men, I own it. Great novel. I mean, a lot of the written dialogue in this film comes from the novel, I believe.
I should read this.
It's very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of the writing is still very good. Yeah. I don't read on screen.
I said I wanted to read the book.
Right now?
Yeah.
Let's not do this. But like the beginning, this film has a lot of great themes to it, and it's just told in a very rugged way. A lot of the film's themes I get is pessimism and hopelessness, right? Which is very much like, it's very kind of depressing to think about, but it's very interesting.
This movie was so good.
It was great.
So Anton Chigurh, I will say, obviously everybody talks about this. He's a great psychopath, you know?
Yeah.
Really, you can just tell he doesn't fucking give a shit about anything or anyone.
Yeah.
I think he kills almost every single human being he interacts with, except for one at the beginning of the movie, and like maybe, you know, some others. But he pretty much murders every single human being that looks at him, like that he sees.
That inconveniences him.
That he not even inconveniences him, just anyone that he fucking walks by, he just kills them. You know, he not even necessarily like if he thinks he can use them, just if he thinks he can use them, if they're like a witness or they would be a witness, he just kills anyone that comes near him, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like he kills everyone, basically.
Yeah, and what's interesting is...
And he doesn't give a shit. He thinks nothing of it. You know, I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're good.
What was really interesting to me was when he's going over the bridge and he is driving in his car and takes a pot shot at a bird.
Yeah.
Like, that to me illustrated how, first of all, he's kind of doing this for fun. Second of all, he's always, like, honing his skills. Like, I think him trying to take that pot shot at the bird was just him, like, practicing his aim. Because that is a tough shot to make, right? And he would just... I feel like he would practice his aim on, like, a person on the street as easily as he would on a bird.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure.
So, he's really just... And he very clearly has no feelings, no emotions. He doesn't really get, like, people and social stuff. Like, whenever he's talking to people, the little meandering things, he's always like, you don't really know what you're talking about, do you? He doesn't really understand people.
Yeah,
and
social cues and
yeah,
stuff.
and so he's just, like, very much feels like a kind of alien, completely devoid of any sort of empathy or feeling. Great psychopath. So, like, if we're going to bring up American Psycho, this is a good psycho.
Yeah.
You know, this is a good psycho.
Yeah, but I think this film and that film are completely
very different. Very different.
Going for different goals.
Yes.
And I will say this film is better than American Psycho.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of people, they love Anton. I talked about this earlier. A lot of people love Anton's character the most. I actually think the most interesting character, in my opinion, is the sheriff.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones' character.
Ed Tom.
He, I think, it makes the film for me.
Yeah.
And his, because, for one, the ending is one of my favorite endings of all time.
Josh Brolin is the fucking guy? That's crazy.
Yeah. Josh Brolin.
Okay.
And then Javier Bardem is Anton. So Thanos and some guy. Wild Carter.
Playboy Carter.
Playboy Carter. Yeah, we're filming right now.
Over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're shooting the
We got the nightstand cam.
nightstand cam.
I was like, I didn't step over there though. That makes more sense.
Yeah. So
Bye.
every time that I look at Lily, I'm also looking at the camera.
Yeah. Anyways,
And vice versa.
but back to what I was saying. My favorite scene, I think, of the whole film is the ending, with Tommy Lee Jones' character, having kind of a monologue.
Oh, the monologue with the dream?
Yeah, because throughout the whole film, he kind of talks, he kind of wanders, and he says one time, "Sorry, my mind wanders a little bit." Talk about how he was talking about the gun that shoots through the air compressed through the cow's head, and the girl goes, "Why are you talking about this?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't know, my mind wanders." It's almost like his mind goes to those things, but
Yeah.
his dream is so fascinating. It's like, and I love how that's the end of the movie. He has this monologue about how he sees his father, and he reflects on how his father is younger than him because his father died 20 years older.
His father died like middle-aged man.
Yeah, and he's 20 years older than what his father was, and he talks about how his father has a horn of light and a horn of fire, and they ride out. He's riding into the darkness, and he hopes to see him, or he's going to see him one day there.
Yeah.
And that's all he says, and it's just he's kind of reflecting. Thinking about things, and then it just ends. It's so powerful. It gave me chills every time I watch it. It gives me chills.
I'll say this: the ending monologue was like, it was good, but I wasn't like, I don't think I get it though. It didn't affect me as much as it affected John. I mean, I liked the movie, also as much as John, but I wasn't like.
I think the writing is superb in this film.
Definitely, that's what I like about it.
I think that
well, also the directive vision is really tight.
Yeah, great shots that they just tell you everything you need to know through the visuals, and you don't need any audio to understand this film, but it just adds extra to it. You know, like the scene where I'm not done with the Tommy Lee Jones moment, but with the scene where he was driving in the car, and he was shooting him through the windshield, kind of when they were on like near the motel scene. That scene was powerful because the sound design was fucking incredible. And I was just like, holy shit. You don't really know where Anton is, but you see the flash and just go boom, whoosh, like it hits the windshield. It's fucking crazy. Like everything, there's so many things that are so superb in this film. And it's just such a thrilling and thought-provoking experience. But back to Tommy Lee Jones, what I think it means is that this film, this world that they live in is filled with darkness, right? Just lack and void of any sort of empathy, like Anton. And his dad, the idea that his traditional values of his father, just his father, something that maybe he holds dearly, will bring light, right? So maybe some type of values of his life will bring light in some way. Is it 100% what it means? I don't know. It's interpretable, I think. But goodness can be spread through the light, and he'll find his father one day. And it's just beautiful. It's beautifully written. The acting is just the way the opening monologue, and I don't know who does the opening monologue. It might be Tommy Lee Jones, but he talks about the how the guy kills his 14-year-old.
It's Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, but the way he says it, it's just like he kind of seems like he's wandering off again. He's almost like, you know, they killed him back in the day, like, you know, and it's just like he says it so slow, like so sadly. It's hard to describe how he pronunciates the words or enunciates the words, whatever it is. It's powerful. It's a very powerful film through and through. You were talking earlier. We were talking through the movie. Ashton was like, "Dude, if I found a box full of $2 million, I would take maybe one off the top, and I'll fuck off. That's it. I'm not." But what was interesting about that is, one, it says a lot about the Josh Brolin's character, and he doesn't think too much, and two,
I think it's less that he doesn't think too much. Like, he definitely doesn't. He's not like as smart as he thinks he is.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, I think it's saying less of that and saying more of he thinks he's he's more capable than he is, right? Right? He thinks he can handle taking $2 million from the cartel.
Yeah, but he also has no clue who's going after him, right?
Yeah.
Which is Anton. He doesn't know he exists. And also that scene in the phone call where he goes, "I'm making you my project. I'm gonna find you." And then like 2 scenes later, he gets shot and killed.
Yeah. Not even by Anton.
Mm-hmm. by the Mexican cartel.
Yeah.
And that's what's so sad about. That's what's such a bold. That scene in particular, bold.
Because the main protagonist, not only does he get killed, he gets killed off screen.
Yeah, I love that. I love how he. Because when I was talking to my brother-in-law about this, literally like 10 years ago, he was like, "I don't get that. I don't like how they did that." And I was like, "Well, first off, it's a choice that's really never done in movies to do that, and it really shows off the pessimism of the world they live in, right? You think that the hero's gonna prevail and he's gonna save he's gonna save his wife and all that. No, if anything, his actions cause his wife to be murdered, because Anton says, your husband, as Anton's about to kill his wife, he goes, your husband is pretty much he sacrificed you for the money and he died. And it's very sad and it's pessimistic, but it's like it's showing off how this world, it's not meant for the good. I will say, what really Ashton talked to me about, that really kind of put a lot of things in perspective, is when he goes to the guy with the wheelchair, and he's talking about how, back in 1909...
Yeah, because Tommy Lee Jones and other characters, the whole movie are like, oh yeah, this country's changing and times is changing and there's evil lurking in the world and blah, 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 like, times are different now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he tells them a story about how back in the day, somebody that he knew got shot in his doorway by a group of Indians for pretty much no reason. And he's describing the story that sounds not too dissimilar from the type of stuff that's happening in the movie, right? Mm-hmm. Senseless violence. And at the end, Tommy Lee Jones asks him, when did that happen? And the old guy says, 1909. Which I think illustrates the idea that times really aren't changing. Yeah. It's just like, this stuff has always been happening and will always happen. It's caveman shit,
Yeah. But I feel like it's hard to conceptualize that and try to keep a positive tone or positive outlook on life. Like, you have to, I feel like philosophically, you can't just look at the world as it's always been like this. You have to have some level of, there was a change, to almost justify the evil that is shown. Because there's a lot of evil shown in this film.
Sure. And
some of the old people, they can't comprehend that evil has always been here, right? And it will always continue to be here. So that's what's so fascinating about the title. I think the title is fantastic. Such a great character film. Great thrilling. If you just want on a surface level, this is a thrilling film. Just a fun entertainment thrill ride.
Yeah.
If you just want to watch it on a surface level. But if you really care about the deeper level of everything about a film, this film is perfect, I feel like. No film is perfect, but this film is absolutely close to perfect.
I mean, when I was watching it, I wanted to give it a lower number than I'm going to give it, but I was thinking about it, I was like, there is absolutely nothing you could change about this film to make it better. It's incredibly tight in terms of writing. And in terms of its framing and all the cinematography, there's really, I don't think there's anything you could do to make it better. I think it is as perfect as the movie could be. Yeah,
and even sometimes I will say a movie could technically be perfect. Doesn't mean it's a 10 out of 10. I feel like for 10 out of 10s, even some 10 out of 10s that I give aren't perfect. Like American Psycho.
Like Superman.
Or, yeah, exactly. Like, well, I didn't give it a 10. You gave it a 10. But, like...
Yeah, my opinion also counts.
Yeah, but exactly, yeah. But it's all about the subjective, what itches your brain. Yeah. And this scratched the fuck out of my brain. I think I've said everything. Oh, also I want to bring up the idea of this film is a lot about hunter versus prey.
Yes. And it's tense.
Yeah, it's about the film starts with him hunting deer. And the whole film is about him essentially being hunting.
Oh yeah, that's so interesting. He does start the film hunting deer.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's like this big macho man, but he doesn't even like successfully kill that deer.
Exactly, and he's being hunted the whole time.
Yeah, that's actually so interesting. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's
like huge foreshadowing. The fact that he doesn't even kill the deer, and then later in the movie, Tommy Lee Jones tells a story about the cow that made the guy paralyzed in his arm. And how, like, even in a fight between man and animal, man doesn't always win.
And so, Anton's quite kind of like the animal. In a
Anton's, kind of like an animal. Dude, that's so interesting. What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude. Yeah, this film's great. I love it. I give it... What are you doing?
Where'd you have it?
Where do I have it?
Yeah, here. I was just looking.
What's that? Oh, is that the Blu-ray?
Yeah.
The 4K is right
I
there.
know. I'm looking at this also.
Yeah, that's the old poster. I give it a
There
10
are
out of
no
10.
clean getaways. I also give it a 10 out of 10.
It's a 10 out of 10.
I wanted to give it a lower score because I've been giving a lot of 10s lately. But like,
But if it
let's get
deserves
real-
a 10, it deserves a 10.
Yeah, let's get real here. It deserves a 10.
Yeah.
So, suck
Yeah.
my dick.
I don't care. I've been giving a lot of good movies, to be honest. But if it deserves a 10, it deserves a 10. I do want to kind of stop recommending fantastic films because I think I gave 3 films in a row. I gave it 10 out of 10 too.
Well, the last film was a 7. This one's a 10. And 2 before that were...
Oh, Smoking the Bandit. I'm thinking of American Psycho.
We also
and 12
gave
Monkeys.
Superman... Like, you didn't recommend Superman, but we kind of talked about it as though it was a recommendation.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah, fantastic film. I'm glad I watched it.
Speaking of fantastic...
Oh, shit.
Let's talk about that.
Holy shit. Fantastic Four. We watched that.
We did. We watched it on Friday. We watched it with Lily, actually. So
Yeah.
she might have something to say.
Yeah, it's strange. I was comparing this a lot to Superman because it just came out. I liked Superman. I think Superman's the better film technically, but I like Fantastic Four in terms of subjectively more. You know? So, yeah, I thought it was good. A solid 6. I think it was a great experience. It was quite tenseful at times. It wasn't a lot of action. It was a lot of building.
Well, it felt like an appropriate amount of action. Like there was lots of building tension, and then there'd be like some crazy shit go down, right?
Yeah.
So like with them in space with the Galactus, I feel like they did a really good job balancing. Okay, you're just like, oh, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? And then they fight Galactus, and you're like, damn, like that. And it's a really good fight scene.
Yeah.
Same thing with Earth, kind of building up tension stuff. I give it, by the way, an 8. I liked it quite a bit. I liked it less than Superman. It wasn't very emotional, like emotionally conducive for me in particular. So, but I still liked it. It looked great. I mean, to be perfectly frank, it looked great. And I'm a really big fan of the Fantastic Four.
Interesting.
So I just love this adaptation. It's the best Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, I like the world they build in the film. Kinda
Oh,
like
yeah.
old futuristic.
Yeah, that little
Old school.
kind of 40s retro
Future. It's cool.
Yeah.
I like. I think that this film is actually quite emotional, and
It has it didn't make me like cry or nothing though.
That's true.
Superman made me cry both times.
What I loved about the fight scene, what I loved about the end fight scene with Galactus, not really trying to keep away from spoilers,
Yeah.
but there was emotionally driven scenes.
Yeah, definitely.
Like there was an emotional
There were stakes.
bullet points of things that caused me to go, okay, they're fighting for something, and especially what.
Also, the Silver Surfer is awesome in this movie. It's one of the very few cases, not one of the very few, it's one of the cases where the gender swap, when they gender swap a character, actually adds to the film. Because usually a gender swap doesn't really do anything. It's like whatever. This gender swap, because the Silver Surfer is a lady in this film, actually does a lot for the movie. Because then you have this sort of, and it's not really a romance, but you have this kind of dialogue between Johnny Storm and the Silver Surfer that wouldn't really exist if the Silver Surfer was a man, as he usually is. The chick Silver Surfer is cool because Johnny is like obsessed with her. He tries to find out more about her, and he like saves the day basically because of the Silver Surfer. And so I want more. I love the Silver Surfer. I love the Silver Surfer in all the medias. It's like one of my favorite characters in the Marvel. He's just so mysterious, or she, or whatever. It doesn't really matter what gender the Silver Surfer is because they're kind of just a cosmic entity. Super duper cool in the movie. The Silver Surfer looks great because the light is reflecting off of them, makes them look weird and otherworldly. Doesn't look like it belongs in the world that they're in.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I really like the Silver Surfer. And the fact that the fucking Silver Surfer actually rides her surfboard like on lava and on cosmic shit. She rides a fucking surfboard like a surfboard like... God, it was so cool. It was so cool. It was
That
so
was
cool.
pretty cool.
Oh, that was I mean, yeah, that was just so cool, dude.
It was
oh,
fun.
I love this Silver Surfer, dude.
Yeah. And then it just ends very satisfying ending. Great time all around. I was see when I ended with Superman, I was more conflicted on how I felt. And then when I ended with Fantastic Four, I essentially knew exactly what I thought and felt, which was pretty solid. I think I'm gonna say I gave Superman like a 5. I think I'm gonna bump it up to a 6. Fantastic Four, I give a 6 also.
I've also been thinking, I also think American Psycho I'll bump up to a 6. I was just waiting
You fucker.
for. I just wanted us to say it at the same
What
time.
happens if I said...
I wanted us to
actually,
say it at the same time.
Actually, I give Superman a 4.
I don't want to say.
Would you have given American Psycho a 4?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Say.
Interesting.
I probably wouldn't give it a 4. I don't think it's a 4. I think American Psycho is like a 5.5 or something. So I give it a 6.
Don't fucking... So I think we're gonna go straight to the music section now.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
roll.
Here we go. Knock Knock by Smog.
Yep, 1999. Smog, aka Bill Callahan. Because really Smog is just the musician Bill Callahan, but he goes by the stage name or the name Smog. There he is, Mr. Bill Callahan.
And I believe this was
Those are
his
the words.
9th album.
If you say so.
Like, he's made 9 albums before this one.
Right.
It's pretty interesting.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess it was his 9th album. His first album, Stone to the Sky, was released in 1990. So I guess it makes sense that his 9th album came out in 99. Knock Knock is a very, very good album. I've actually been digging this a lot more lately. I listened to it first a few months ago when I bought the record. And liked it a lot more than I thought I would. Because I wasn't really sure if I would like the album when I bought it. And I do like it. I've been wanting to talk about it for a while.
Yeah.
So, John, you want to give some background on the album?
Well, the first thing I want to say is, let's look at the cover. People make fun of this cover art.
John has made fun of this cover.
I have made fun of it.
when I first showed it to him.
Because I was like half asleep. I was like, the fuck is this? It looks kind of goofy. But you have to also give in to the idea it was 99. So they may not have had great graphic design stuff for 99. They may have used computer design.
Yeah, they had great... What the hell are you talking about? They had great stuff in 99. Are you kidding me? It wasn't like 100 years ago. There's so many fucking beautiful album artworks
I'm
from
not talking
99
about-
and before, including this one. What are you talking about?
Like, they may have digitally designed it.
I
It
think
looks-
that they... I mean...
It looks like they slapped a PNG on top of a background.
Yeah, they took a picture of a lightning bolt and then cut out a picture of a little bobcat or whatever and stuck it on there. And they did the same thing back here. There's Bill Callahan with the Tom cat or whatever on his face.
Yeah.
So I don't get what you're saying. You think it looks bad?
It
It
just looks
looks
like
cheap?
it looks like old school Photoshop.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, personally, I love it. What does it mean? I don't know. I just think it looks great. It's very 90s. It's very much just like, it's just great. It looks good. It feels good. I like looking at it.
Yeah.
I like the way that the font looks there with the indents, you know? I mean, I very much enjoy the artwork, personally speaking.
I think that the album cover could have some level of meaning to it. The idea of the wilderness, wild behavior, taming the wild.
Perhaps so.
But yeah, I quite liked this album too. Even though I don't think the album cover looks terrible. But I understand why it looks. I understand. I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it just but
One of the first things when I first played this album for John, like several months ago, like 5 or 6 months ago, in his room, I just played it one night randomly, and he was like, "That artwork is so bad."
yeah, I didn't like it at first.
I think now you like it more, or you're more accepting of it.
I'm more
at least.
neutral of it though. It's not negative.
I like the artwork a lot, personally.
Yeah, so Bill Callahan, Smog, he is a part of what people call the lo-fi revolution.
Sure.
Which kind of doesn't mean like when you think of lo-fi, you think of nowadays like shitty beats, like the boom ba-dum.
What lo-fi really means is low fidelity.
Yeah, just kind of stripped back.
Yes. Stripped down.
Stripped down. And that's what this album feels like, very stripped down, but having what is needed, the essentials, really well done.
It's almost Dylan-esque.
Bob Dylan-esque?
Yes.
Interesting. So give a little backstory about this. This album was made around the time Bill Callahan was going through a breakup that was pretty bad breakup with a person, I forget their names, like something Cat. The album is very much a somber and kind of sad listen. And I think it's because it reflects how he's been feeling at the time. We'll get into it, but I think the last song of the album directly reflects that breakup. And so yeah, but let's get to the track listing.
Okay. We're going to start with track 1, Let's Move to the Country. Let's Move to the Country is definitely a very kind of bare bones, stripped down, I guess you would kind of call it a folk song, where there's very few lines. I mean, a lot of these songs are very sparse in terms of their instrumentation and in terms of their lyrics.
Yeah.
There's very brief lyrics, which just means you have more to think about, right?
Yeah.
Where basically Bill Callahan in this song is saying, hey, let's move to the country, leave everything behind, and start anew. One interesting thing about this song is towards the end, he says, let's start let's have he doesn't finish what he's saying. He's going to say, let's start a family, let's have a baby, but he doesn't say it, which I find interesting because it kind of foreshadows or reflects or suggests that although he has these romantic intentions and ideas, there is some hesitation there, and there is something holding him back from being able to say, let's start a family, let's have a baby. In one of Bill Callahan's more recent albums that he recorded under his own name, he actually says, he does the song again. He does the song again on a recent album and says those words, which is nice because I guess that means he was finally ready to do it. So
Yeah.
good for him. Bill, if you're watching this, good for you.
First thing, I like the strings a lot in this song. Yeah.
It's a very much like a pleasant, happy melody.
Yeah, it's almost like starting off pleasant, and then the whole album kind of derails into something more pessimistic,
I don't know if I'd call it pessimistic necessarily, but certainly somber.
defeating, and sad.
Probably.
But I like there's a few lines that I quite like my travels are over. I think that could be a few things. One, it could be he thinks that he's found the one, or he thinks that this journey with the one could be over. My travels are over. It could be reflection, or it could be kind of going over. And I thought a lot about these lines in terms of what he was maybe going through during this breakup that he was going through.
Yeah.
And it could be that he's thinking the relationship could be done. It could be a reflection of the past, or better times when the relationship was doing well.
Yeah.
Like, let's go to the country. Let's
Let's move to the country.
Yeah.
I love how he says that too.
It's pretty good. Also, I will say off the top, no songs on this I dislike, and there's no neutral songs.
Wow.
I like every song.
Cool.
Yeah.
Me too.
But yeah, it's a pretty good start to the album.
I guess I have one neutral, but we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Second song is called Held. Held is actually the first song I ever heard by Smog. Because it's the most, I guess, in terms of its instrumentation, it's the most like, it's the type of shit that indie rock bands were playing back then, right? And so I heard it on like a playlist at some point, and I was like, cool, I love the instrumentation on this. I want to listen to more of this, and listen to the album, and then none of the other songs have instrumentation like that. And I was like, at first I was disappointed, then I like it for different reasons now.
Yeah.
Held is a really cool song, and so it kind of, by the way, I think this album is telling a story.
Okay.
Held kind of advances the story by just talking about how Bill, I'm just going to refer to the narrator as Bill, talking about how Bill is, he is for the first time in his life, being vulnerable with somebody and allowing himself to be held. And he talks about how he lays back in the tall grass and lets the ants cover him, which is kind of just, I think that's supposed to just mean he's letting go and just allowing and being present. He sees the jets flying in the sky and he's not thinking violent thoughts as he maybe used to. And it's very like nice and romantic, I guess. Held. There you go.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I wrote down, is the idea of being vulnerable and being present in the moment. Very much, yeah, as you said, kind of it starts off pleasant and he's happy, and then even the start of River Guard is kind of where things kind of turn a little bit.
Yes, definitely. River Guard is such an interesting song. We're going to talk about that now, because it kind of removes itself from the boundaries of Bill Callahan's experience. I don't suppose that he was an actual prison guard at any point.
Well, it never says prison. There's never, because I looked up a little bit.
It is River Guard, you're right.
But it never in the song says anything about a prison.
Yeah, but one of the last verses is, he says, like, soon we'll be back in the yard behind the walls. So it's, like, pretty obviously supposed to be about a prison. I mean, let me read exactly what it says.
Well, I have...
Soon we'll all be back in the yard behind the walls, living hard, dreaming of cool rivers and tall grass. It could be a metaphor, though. It probably is.
That's what I wrote down.
Is that a metaphor?
Yeah, so essentially what I think about this song is that the ones that are kind of held prisoner, if you will, are the ones that are most free. because they lay in the grass. They're content almost in the beginning of the album or at the beginning of the song, and it's a way to be free is what they say. And while a guard,
Well, the reason they say it's a way to be free is because they are constantly on trial,
yeah,
not because they are like getting to go swim and stuff. I mean, and the narrator isn't a prisoner. Like,
the narrator's the guard.
Yeah, so the prisoners don't lay in the tall grass. The prisoners swim.
Essentially, what I took away from the album is that the guard is more prisoned and trapped than the prisoners themselves.
Really?
That's what I think.
That's interesting.
And it says, because they say at one point, the character has to go to the death-defying cliffs to be free. Kind of like in that next verse.
Right. I mean, I don't know if he has to do that to be free. You have an interesting perspective, but I don't share. Well, I really do like that line, though, when he says most nights he goes for a drive up to the tallest place he can find, and he's standing on the cliff with goose flesh. And, like, while I was driving here to your house today listening to the song, it was so, like, that part of the song is so evocative, because I could feel myself standing on the top of this cliff in the darkness. I'm like shivering, and I have goose flesh, which is another term for goosebumps. And he's on the edge of the cliff, like looking down and he's watching the leaves stripped off the trees by the wind and thinking about death and about nature. And he's standing on the edge of this cliff, just like shuddering, and like it's really evocative that
Yeah.
imagery. I really do like that.
Yeah. I just feel like for him, he has to have that feeling of almost like to get something out of him, to feel something.
Also, the idea, every breath death-defying, which to me implies that him standing on the edge of the cliff is him defying death, because he could fall, just like the leaves, just as easily as the leaves, he could fall and be ripped from this mortal plane.
Yeah.
And so he feels alive by standing there, breathing,
He finally feels free, I feel.
You know what? That's an interesting idea.
Yeah. And then I think that he's trying to say that this does relate to Bill Callahan, right? In terms of like, in his head, he feels trapped. And then he says, soon we all go back to the yard. So we could go back as if to the relationship where he felt trapped, right?
Yeah.
Going back to that idea of the breakup, the relationship. And that's all I got. But that line you said earlier, let's go back to the yard, to the wall, I feel like everyone goes back there. Everybody, even the guard.
Yeah, he's there too.
So like everyone in a way goes to that mental feeling of being trapped. That's what I took away from it, and that's where I think it starts to get to that pessimistic side of the film. It's kind of teetering off to more of a sad perspective.
And I feel like that theme of that conflict is continued on in the next song, No Dancing.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a lot to say about No Dancing?
Yes.
This is the one that Lily wants to talk about especially.
Okay. Do you want me to?
So let's do you first, and then we'll get her in here.
Okay. But even to the mindset of being trapped, this character Bill, he has this mental turmoil, and through this turmoil, he feels like he can't have true fun. No dancing. That's what I think. That's what I take away from it. And I also wrote down there's like kids in the background, and there's also kids in other songs.
Well, the chorus of children is in a lot of the songs.
Yeah, and I have kind of have a representation or interpretation of the kids, but I'll talk about that more later when I get to I think one of the last songs.
Hit the Ground Running.
Yeah, Hit the Ground Running. But I think this my takeaway is that he feels like he can't express himself in certain ways, through maybe his mental state, maybe his relationship that he's in, or maybe his situation. He just feels like he can't fully. No dancing, right? No dancing is allowed, because of this mental turmoil he's in.
Okay. No Dancing, which I believe is. Oh, by the way, welcome to the podcast, Lily. Welcome back.
Pleased to be here.
It's been a long time since we had you.
Oh yes, been eons.
I believe No Dancing is your favorite song. Would you like to talk about it?
It's probably my favorite song. I love the composition of it. I think it's musically complex. Would that be an accurate term?
Musically complex?
There are a lot of layers to it.
Certainly. I think it's lyrically complex.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. I have a lot of memories associated with that song because I started listening to that song and Smog in general right when I started hanging out with you and being your friend and stuff. So that always reminds me of that time. It always reminds me of the beginning of a new friendship and me actually starting to be happy for once.
Well, there you go.
That's pretty cool. Good memories associated with that song. Pretty catchy. It's pretty much always in my head at some point or another. I'll just be not thinking about anything in particular, and then there's a little about Bill Callahan in my head. Just
And the kids.
Yes,
no
the kids.
dancing, no dancing, no dancing. Yep.
I found out, I looked this up online just to, check the lyrics and everything. Apparently, they spell recognize awkwardly.
They spell it there. You saw that on
Yeah,
Genius.
yes, they spell it Reccanize.
Spell odd. Recognize. I think that's just how he pronounces it. I recognize.
Oh, that's
his name.
exactly how he pronounces it. I just think
So-
it's interesting they decided to include
It
it.
is interesting. So this song, I think, was the hardest for me to interpret, right? I've been interpreting Teenage Spaceship for a long time, and I've got that down. And most of these, I feel like I understand pretty well. No Dancing was the hardest one for me to try and interpret. So I like to look up things to about the song to really try and get it. So, for example, one of the first lines, there's always some bird dog snuffling, choking. Looking like you came to collect something you said you owed. Like, that's really interesting to me. A bird dog is like a hunting dog, looking like he came to collect something you owed. So I feel like that could be literal in terms of his girlfriend or his partner owes something to somebody or is causing some conflict, right? I mean, regardless of what it truly means, what it's representative of is conflict between him and her, because there's something going on with her, right? And in his head, there's a turtle snapping, right? And I think turtle's such an interesting animal to use for that, or metaphor to use for that, because a turtle, like a snapping turtle, always surprises you because you don't expect it to be snapping at you. And so that's such a great metaphor, I think, because it's a thought that he doesn't expect coming, but it's also like an old and a wise thought, right?
Yeah, that and turtles, they're not really the first thing you think of when you think of like a violent animal.
Yeah.
But then you hear, snapping turtle, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That is in fact a violent, dangerous animal.
Yeah, and the turtle is telling him, you can't just walk in here acting like nothing is wrong. And so there's some sort of conflict in the relationship, and I think the no dancing part is supposed to be indicative of we can't enjoy ourselves in this relationship until we get at the root of this conflict, right? No dancing, not while the room is racing, which is like while they're having conflict, while there's some anxiety going on, not while the time is chasing, while they're getting older and not getting anything done, right? And then he repeats the second verse twice. There's a poacher on the land. I recognize his hand in the mail. He's fogging up the glass. The bird is home at last, and here he comes. Here he comes. So the poacher, I think, is kind of just like the bird dog. Something coming to the girlfriend, that she has to deal with, right? Whatever it be. I mean, maybe it's debt, right? Maybe it's some other partner. It's just something that's holding her back or coming after her. And he recognizes it. Hold on. Right, and then he's fogging up the glass, which I think is supposed to be like he's watching them. Like this conflict, this struggle between the two of them is creeping up on them. It's like right outside their house because he's so close to the glass that his breath is fogging it up. Right, that's great. And then the bird is home at last is, I think that's supposed to be like the bird dog. And when he says the bird is home at last, that's like whatever it is that is chasing her is there, and she is gonna have to make her payment, whatever that means. Really, it could be anything. And then he says no dancing again. He does the chorus again. Not while your wires are showing. What do you think that means? Not while your wires are showing.
Guess not while she's vulnerable. Could be how.
Yeah.
But that just at least at the surface level.
I think of a bra, like a bra wire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. That's interesting.
That's what I thought. That's why it's almost like you have to be socially acceptable.
Any other thoughts on no dancing?
None that come to me right away.
I have a lot to say about Teenage Spaceship.
I probably have the littlest amount to say about Teenage
Why
Spaceship.
don't you? We'll get it over with then.
Just the fact that this is obviously about his youth. These next few songs are about his youth.
Yes.
I think, and this is the part of the album where he's going reflective.
Mm-hmm.
His relationship's going bad, and he's reflecting on his past. And I think Teenage Spaceship is the start of that. What I really took away from it is that he was extremely isolated when he was younger. Even though he felt like he had a lot to offer because then he says he's bright spaceship with bright windows, but he's up in the sky by himself kind of thing.
It's a large spaceship with large windows.
Yeah.
So this one was the one that for a long time I spent a long time trying to understand this one, and I think I pretty much got it right. I mean, John has nailed it on the head pretty well, right? He is alone and trying to figure out his shit, but he feels very alone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did read an interview with Bill Callahan where he said that when he was a teenager, he had bad sleeping habits and would stay up really late at night and walk around the neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't like see anybody, so he felt like a teenage spaceship because he felt like alien, which I find interesting. But the idea that he is beyond this earth, he's up in the sky, right? Also, with him being large on the horizon, I think that's supposed to be like he says he's so large on the horizon that people thought his windows were stars. I think that's more like he's so far away. Like he's large on the horizon, but he's really far away from everyone else. He's disconnected from humanity, and he is an actual giant spaceship. So he just feels alien, which I think is super interesting. And then people think his windows were stars. That's like when they look into his windows, or like when they look into his soul or his person, they don't even see. They see brightness, But when people look at stars, what do people think when they look at stars?
Oh, it's so far away.
It's so far away.
I guess, but it's so bright.
It's bright and it's far away, and it's hard to perceive what a star is because we know what they are like in our brains, but when you see a star, it's just a tiny little speck of light that you can't really. You're like whatever. But really, when you would get close to a star, it's this huge, giant ball of fire or of emotion and potential. But people aren't seeing that; they're just seeing the tiny little pinprick that is him.
Yeah. Also, some people might think of brightness as a positive thing, like a goodness, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then he does my favorite part of the song is when he says, "I swore I'd never lay like a log, bark like a dog. I was a teenage smog, sewn to the sky."
That's the album. That's the album. He said the words.
Sewn to the sky. Yeah, that's his first album. So I really love that line. So I swore I'd never lay like a log. I think that's supposed to be like lazy. He at some I guess made a promise to his partner or something that he would never be lazy and that he would never be violent, right? That he would always be there for her. But then that's kind of juxtaposed with teenage smog. And so like this it's so interesting because I think it gives some insight into where he gets the name of his stage name, Smog, from.
Yeah.
Because you got this teenage spaceship, but he says he's teenage smog, which is this big kind of dirty polluting gas that's up in the sky, sewn to the sky, right? I mean, his first song was sewn to the sky by Smog, which just kind of implies that he was a teenage spaceship, but he was also smog, way up there in the sky, disconnected from humanity and dirty, and that's how he sees himself, and that's interesting to me.
It's very sad,
right? Because so there's a juxtaposition there because he says that he would never be lazy, he'd always be there for like some sort of commitment, and immediately he says, "I was a teenage smog," which I think is supposed to be like he failed, or I don't know. It's super interesting though. I like the song a lot.
low self-esteem, stuff
One
like
of my
that.
favorite songs on the album. And
Yeah.
then also when he says "Sewn to the Sky," I think that's him thinking back to like his roots in music and like where he started off. So he's just thinking about where he is in life, And "Sewn to the Sky" would have been when he was 24. So not that long after he was a teenager. It's also fresh in his mind.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, speaking of looking back, you got "Cold Blooded Old Times," the next song.
Yeah.
Track number 6.
Yeah. Bad memories.
Bad memories.
Bad memories.
It's the kind of memories that turn your bones to glass.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy. Obviously the song is about his father, I think.
His abusive father.
His abusive
Father
father.
abusing his mother.
But what I found very interesting about some of the lyrics is that this idea of him when he gets older, he has more clarity, right? He says the clarity of it all. It's almost like he can look at his father from a different perspective when he's older.
Yeah.
But he's like, and then he also says, "How do I laugh with a man that bent my body," or something like that.
That redefined your body, his mother's body.
And it's like,
So I mean, I definitely think the clarity is part of it. Is as he gets older, he gets more clarity. But also, when you're abused as a child, it matures you very fast, and in that way, gives you clarity.
oh yeah.
So I think it's both.
Yeah, for sure. But I just found that to be very interesting how his perspective on it is very much like trying to recontextualize his father to he's not this monster. He is a person, but how am I supposed to almost shake this man's hand, right?
Yeah, like
How am I supposed to laugh
ask
at this
himself
guy?
like how am I gonna and I don't know, I feel like he doesn't. I feel like it's hard for him to reconcile with his father. He doesn't want to
Yeah,
because his father was so bad to his mother
and that's
and
fine.
presumably to him and his siblings.
And that's a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because you know somebody in their family doesn't mean you have to stay with them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That's what I think.
What do you have to say about Sweet Treat? Sweet Treat is another one that was hard for me to interpret. I'm curious what you have very little say about it.
Not really much to say. Very pessimistic outlook on treats.
On what?
Treats.
What's a treat? All right, you know what? I'm just going to talk about this one. This one was hard for me to try and understand, but I think I've got a good idea, right? So let's just take it's very short in terms of lyricism, so let's just take a look at it line by line. If there was something so hard and clear, which to me is I think that's supposed to be like objective and yet easy to understand, easy to look through, right? Transparent. So if there was something that was objective and transparent, as in like an opinion or whatever, then, he would have been able to express that to this person, right? But it is implied that there isn't. There isn't anything that objective and that transparent to say to her. So he says, take your sweet treat in the evening. And he says, pleased to know this. He says that twice.
Mm-hmm.
If someone offers you some sugar, you should eat it. And I think what he's talking about is sugar coating. What he's doing is he's
Interesting.
kind of feeding maybe this lie or this white lie or this not total truth. And it's, to me, just getting the point across that there is this conflict in their relationship, right?
This thing
And
is
so
not working out.
It's not working out, and there's not honesty. And what he's saying, though, is like, it doesn't even exist. There isn't anything to say that is objective and transparent and true between them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just saying, just take what I got. Just take my sugarcoating, my lies, my whatever, because that's all there is to offer at this point in our relationship.
Let's lie to each other.
Basically.
Almost. To a point where it's like either it goes bad or we lie forever.
And he says, if someone offers you some sugar, you should eat it. Just like, if this is all we got. So eat it or starve.
It's very sad, very not healthy, I would say. But that's just where his mind was at the time. Yeah. Sucking my dick.
Hit the Ground Running is my favorite song on the album.
It's my second favorite song on the album. I love how the song starts with leaving the country.
I had to leave the country because the album starts with "Let's move to the country."
Yep.
And that's when I think that's how I realized this was kind of a concept album.
Yeah,
and John realized it a lot earlier than me, apparently.
It ties to the beginning of the album.
Yeah.
But I love how he hits the ground running. It implies that he had to leave this place quickly.
Well, I think what that's saying, I think "Hit the Ground Running" is actually saying that no matter what happens, he's gonna be okay, and he's gonna just keep running. He's gonna figure shit out. That's what I think it's saying.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. I thought my interpretation was that whenever he is going to be leaving, he's gonna have to do it fast.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have to hit the ground running. He had to do it quickly. I was raised in a pit of snakes. This is my favorite line of the album, or not of the album, of this song. I was raised in a pit of snakes, blink, and I was raised on cake. I love that. It implies that in his past, if you really look at it, it may have looked sweet and pretty, but if you looked really deeper, it was not. If you really looked through the cracks, you'll find that my childhood was really bad.
Very astute observation.
And I like that a lot. And then the kids are back in the music, and this is where I thought that the kids could represent a type of what did I write? It could the kids in the album could represent a connect to Bill Callahan's youth or to his childlike self,
perhaps.
Or his past self at least, right? Like when he talks about his cold-blooded old-timer spaceships, like, it's like he's trying to reconnect his inner child with him that he's lost because of these traumatic things. And I think that the kids kind of represent that. And then seeing the back of the album, that the kids are prevalent on the back of the album, makes me think that they're more important than I anticipated. So, or at least thought of. So I do think that is an interesting thing. But I do like this song quite a bit. It's a great great little tune to it. I can't wait to re-listen to all of these songs. I kind of listen to them quickly, so they're not fresh in my head. I like the tunes and like the instrumentation is not fully there yet. Well, yeah. What else do you have? Just
A lot to say.
yeah.
So I mean, this second verse with Bony Cowboys, or the first verse, Bony Cowboys and Southern Gentlemen, betting women that'll never mend. They ride the roads as they bend to their dead ends. Just he's kind of just a lot of the lines in the song are just describing what the country is like to him and why he doesn't like it. Right? He's just describing the type of people that he interacts with and how he thinks that they are just kind of wasting their time. Right?
Yeah.
He also talks about bitterness. Right? Bitterness is a lowest sin.
Yeah.
A bitter man rots from within. I've seen his smile, yellow and brown. The bitterness has brought him down. And he just thinks that like staying in the country, like also with I couldn't memorize a century of slang or learn to tell the same story again and again. He just doesn't like the people in the country. Even though there were some nice folk there, he doesn't like the people in the country. And he really is, I think he's just like thinking about his future. And he's like, he doesn't want to become bitter by doing the same things over and over again and kind of living this almost farcical life.
Yeah, and that's why I think that's like this ending of his arc. He's kind of realizing.
This is definitely the climax of the album.
Yes, that's a great way to put it. He's realizing there needs to be a change.
Yeah,
and I think that changes in the next track.
Yeah, and I also really like how the last line of the song, because every time he says "hit the ground running," he says, "All I know is I'll hit the ground running," and then the last time he says it, he says, "All I know to do is hit the ground running," which kind of implies that at that point, like at the end of the song, it's all that there is in his life.
Yeah,
is just running away and getting away from this. But also when he says that, the children don't say it with him. They say the original. They say, "All I know is I'll hit the ground running," when he says, "All I know to do is hit the ground running." I think that's kind of just like a mistake, though. I don't think that's an on-purpose thing.
Yeah.
Time for John's favorite song.
This is my favorite song on the album. I will say what makes me like it a lot is the instrumentation. But the lyrics are very powerful in terms of the album. I love this type of like the guitar, the bass. Like they have this like it's almost like he's tuning it. I love that. It's stuck with my head. It's stuck in my head.
Oh yeah, I know. I got it.
Yeah,
I just got it.
I love that throughout the album, throughout the song. But if he feels like he could in this song, like his ideas of leaving is a good idea, and he feels like he'll be a better person because of it. He'll be able to strip himself back, and be more of himself.
Definitely.
If he does leave.
I think that is true, but there's also a very sad side to this, right? I mean, the words on this, he says like kind of the same words over and over and over again in the song, like maybe 2 or 3 times. He just says it again and again. I just imagine it as like when he's driving, he's just saying to himself like this over and over again because he feels like things have gone bad, too many lines have been broken, too many people have crumbled apart in his hands. He feels like a lot of bad things have happened because of him, and that he just really should have abandoned all of it before. And it's very, very sad because he's kind of giving up, right? Yeah. And so like when he's saying that's the best idea he's ever had, it's like giving up is the best idea he ever had.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that line in River Guard where he's at the top of the cliff thinking about death defying and stuff. I don't know why it reminds me of that, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, that idea of with every mile, another piece of me whips off and peels down the road.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah. What I think
because he's like losing himself when he's driving, and I mean I really feel that though. Like sometimes when you're driving and you're feeling so emotional, it's like every passing moment you just feel emptier and emptier while you're driving because all you can do is you're just stuck with your thoughts. I mean this is a long drive for someone with nothing to think about.
What I take away from that is different.
I'm a Modest Mouse reference, by the way.
Oh, okay. I take away something more positive from this. I take away something where he has developed this hardened skin that is not him. And the more he drives away from this either this bad relationship or this environment, he is able to strip back those layers that have hardened him, and he can finally be something more better, more himself. That's what I take away from it. And and I think it's a good way to end that part of the album, because he's talking about leaving the country. He's wanting to leave this relationship. He's wanting to leave these things that have gone wrong in his life and try to be himself again. Try to be something better, something new, and that's kind of what I take away. It might be.
I mean, I think a lot of what leads me to believe it's this sad message is really the instrumentation. It's very slow, mellow instrumentation, but also, I mean, the way that he says, "I should have left a long time ago." It's like when you're at the end of a relationship that has gone awry, and you're just sitting there sad, thinking like, "I should have just left."
Yeah, it should have been over.
But like, I don't think that's necessarily happy. I think that's kind of. I feel like he's defeated in this moment.
Oh, of course, it's
that's what I'm
bittersweet.
sensing. I don't sense that much sweetness. I mean, like it's. The fact that he's leaving finally is like, I guess that's nice, but like when you've broken up with someone you've been with for a long time and you're leaving, driving away, leaving everything behind, you're like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm moving on with my life. But you're also still really sad and you're like,
it's hard.
I just left behind a huge portion of my life. And
yeah.
I feel like I wasted all that time, but also I want it back. And I've been where the fuck he is in this song, okay? And I'm just telling you right now, while there is some jubilation to it, it's a very defeatist moment. He's very, very defeated and very sad and looking forward to the future and trying to be optimistic, but like feeling in your heart this really deep and heavy sense of loss.
And then I feel like this song is this type of song if we can he's speaking directly to the person now.
Oh, definitely.
That he had this breakup with.
I mean, it's probably in his mind. It could be a letter. I mean, it could just be. It's just the only thoughts he has for this woman. That's why this song is so great, because it's just the same thing over and over again, because that's all he can think about, and that's all that he can say to her.
Yeah, it's
all he has is love for her.
He's like essentially coming to terms with everything, and it's just all I wrote is that it's pretty much a heartbreaking ending.
Yeah, definitely.
It's heartbreaking, and it leaves you with the. It leaves you. That's why I feel like at the end of the song, at the beginning of the album, it was kind of like sweet and almost like yay, and then this part just it leaves you with kind of nothing. It leaves you with nothing but despair almost, and it's a hard listen. This is a hard album to listen to when you're really thinking about it, and that's why I like it a lot, because I like depressing shit. But yeah, it's a hard listen.
What's interesting is technically every verse is different. In this verse he says that. In this verse he says because at the start. In this one he says when I lost you, I lost my family. And in this one at the end he says, and whoa, you found your husband. Apparently, according to the lyric sheet. Yeah. So like at the very end, she has found herself a husband and has moved on, and he probably hasn't.
It's hard
because he's left. All he has is love for her, but she's moved on from him.
That's rough. It's rough.
I feel like this is just like he's finally gotten to where he's gonna settle, or not settle, like he's at a motel or whatever. This new stage in his life, but he's still stuck thinking about her.
Yeah.
All he can think about is just how alone he is and how he misses her, and how when he lost her, he lost everything. But at the same time, he loves her so much, he just wants her to be happy and to find her a husband. And
he knows that if they were together, it wouldn't be good. You know? So it's very... I mean, I hope that this Bill Callahan... This is obviously a personal thing for Bill Callahan. I hope he can find some level of catharsis. Cathartic. Yeah, I hope he can find some
catharsis.
Some relief from this album.
I mean, like I said, he redid "Let's Move to the Country" a few years ago, and actually says "family and baby." So I think he probably has.
Yeah, that's good. But this is a rough time in his life, and it reflects so. Personal, I love it. I think if I were to rate it, I give it an 80 out of 100. That's what I have it on my app. I like it a lot. I'm pretty sure you have it way higher.
Yeah, I mean, if I was gonna rate it on Metacritic or whatever you have it on, whatever your app is, I would give it like an 95. But on my rating scale that I do on my list, it has a 10.5.
Okay.
I give it a 10. Like just like for average rating, I give it a 10. It's a 10 out of 10 album. It's a really good album. There's the only thing, I guess. I mean, I would say I would like some more instrumentation on it, but I feel like the instrumentation is so sparse in a lot of these songs because you're supposed to be paying attention to the lyrics and not the... It really feels like poetry. This is poetry. This
Yeah.
album. You know, it could just be this sheet of paper, you know, and it would almost hit as hard. I mean, it wouldn't. If it was just a piece of paper, it'd be like, cool, these are good poems, but it's anyway, like Bob Dylan. Like any Bob Dylan song is a good poem on its own, but is a better song.
Yeah,
So
for sure. I think the music knows how much to not be flashy, as I said.
by the way, this is the original 1999 pressing of the album. This is a 1999 record right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
When did you get it?
I mean, you know, several months, like 4 months ago, I don't know.
How much?
April.
Was it expensive?
Normal amount of money.
Like 30, 40?
Like $25.
That's
like,
crazy for wow. Okay.
And it was sealed.
Okay. Shit.
So it was in April, Lily?
Yes,
Okay.
it was.
That's crazy.
I guess she was there.
That's cool.
So,
I'm glad you recommended this one. I liked it a lot. I didn't like it at first, quite at that much. I was kind of scrolling on my phone listening to it.
look at this. The Choir of Children, and then Dave Pellissier was the child wrangler.
The Child Wrangler. Oh
The child.
Jesus. Not the Child Wrangler.
It's funny.
But yeah, I'm glad I listened to it a few times because I really had a better experience next
Yeah,
time.
you had a lot to say about this. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
This is your best moment in terms of music.
I think I hope Jeff
you
Buckley was pretty good too.
No, what I mean is like you did a really good job interpreting this album
Thank you.
because it was like hard for me to interpret, and I listened to it a lot more than you did. You only listened to it like twice, and you did almost as much interpreting as me, if not more.
Yeah, I also looked up a little bit.
I looked up a little bit too. That's normal.
Yeah, I looked up kind of like the backstory of when he made this.
Oh, well,
album.
that helps because I didn't know that it was right after a breakup and stuff, and I didn't even really realize that all the songs were connected until like the other day.
Mhm. Yeah. So that's that. I'm gonna throw this over here, not on the album. Hell yeah. And that's that. What else do we gotta talk about? So to finally end things. The commentator that has been telling us to listen to or watch the Paddington movies, I went to their channel. They have a sex playlist, and on that sex playlist has three songs. Cotton Eye Joe for 10 hours. Not 10 hours, 1 hour. 1 hour of Cotton Eye Joe.
With the cockroach dancing.
With a cockroach dancing. Another hour of some other bullshit. And then 3 minutes of like St. Jones or something like that.
Some bullshit.
It's
Just
a
a
2
ton
hour
of bullshit.
It's a 2 hour playlist. And the only thing I really am shocked about, who the hell fucks for 2 hours? Who fucks for 2 hours straight?
I think the longest I've fucked for straight was like it was like definitely at least an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes. But that's long.
You're like
an hour and a half, but that's
like-
that was like once.
You're like your bones and body is like shriveled up at that point. You're looking like a deceased old man.
I mean, yeah, that one time it was very much not like that. It was like the whole time was very
Great.
Yeah,
That's
I wouldn't
crazy.
force myself to just go for that long just because like we don't have to talk about my sex life though.
I mean, I've gone for at least like 50 minutes, and even
Oh,
then,
yeah?
I was like, by the 50-minute mark, I was like,
John gets tired at like the 10-minute mark.
no, I don't. But by the 50-minute mark, I was like thinking of other things. I was like, what are we doing? I looked at the time and I was like, we've been doing this for a while. Should we
I
stop?
do be thinking about other things while I'm having sex though. And I'll even bring it up. I'll literally be having sex and I'll just be like, so like what do you want to get for dinner later? As I'm like pounding.
That's crazy. Anyways, 2 hour sex post is wild.
Yeah.
And Cotton Eye Joe for the fucking half of it is fucking crazy.
I love
Anyways,
this album. I love this album. I don't know where it is on my list because I haven't put it on there yet.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in the top 100. Like it might be at like 80 or something. So it's gonna be close to Train. I think it's a better album than Train, but like in terms of how much I like it, I don't know. You don't know.
What's that one song from Tyler the Creator? I don't trust white people with dreadlocks. That's all I gotta say. Goodbye.
Wow, what an ending.
That's what Tyler the Creator says. He says that in his new album.
I guess that I think we're done. I think that's when we roll credits. Is when we say goodbye.
Yeah.
He's not black.
Oh, wait,
He's
no.
white.
Oh, we didn't do recommendations.
Hold up, no shit, I was thinking of fucking Hootie and the Blowfish.
We didn't do a recommendation for the next episode. Fuck.
Let's do it. We'll put it back.
Shit.
We'll just plug it in.
I don't even know what I'm gonna recommend.
Okay, it's episode 10. Do something big. So for episode 10, very special album I'm recommending. Obviously, every 5 episodes, I'm going to do one of my top 10. Every 10 episodes, I'm going to do one of my top 5. So episode 10 is going to be my 5th favorite record of all time, which is The Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails.
Wow, we finally do have a Nine Inch Nails one.
Doing Nine Inch Nails finally.
Hell yeah.
It's a very popular album, which is why I was holding off on talking about it, because that one and OK Computer are just very popular anyways.
Hell yes. I'm
But,
excited.
I have a lot to say about it.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be good. I might even...
My next episode recommendation, I had a few of them in mind. I think I'm just gonna do this one. Fuck it. This one's gonna be a triggering one. So I will say right off the gate, trigger warning. I'm gonna do a film from I think 2004 called Mysterious Skin, directed by Greg Akiri.
Is this the sex album or movie? You wanted to do the sex movie?
No, that's a different movie.
Oh, okay.
This is a completely different movie. This does include sexual assault. So trigger warning to that. This film is going to be a heavy one. But I think it's a very important film. It is a tough watch. Mysterious Skin is the name, from 2004. I have only seen it once, but I really liked it, so I can't wait to rewatch it. I didn't know if I was gonna recommend this one, but I was like, fuck it. If we're gonna go big, might as well do this. So yeah, I mean, when we talk about this, it's going to be a bit of a serious discussion. So yeah, that's going to be my recommendation, Mysterious Skin, from I think 2004. So
that's it.
When do we get our checks in the mail?
They're supposed to come in on the 4th.
Of July?
No. November?
Yeah. Wasn't I supposed to get like 12 cents?
No, I was 12 cents. You were 1,500
Cents?
dollars.
Oh, see, that's why okay. How did I get that mixed up?
You just assumed the worst.
Yeah. I looked at the checks and I was like, damn, I got 1% of our revenue. No, I did the checks.
I got the 1%.
Yeah.
Because he,
I'm Mr. Big Time.
he screwed me when we signed the fucking contracts.
Yeah. Feels great, man.
Get in here. Get in here.
What?